Good evening and welcome to a very special Anime-Zing radio here on YouTube, a YouTube exclusive tonight. We are talking about Anime Boston. Joining me in the co-host seat, as always, is our good friend, Mr. Darren Starling.
Hello.
Angela, unfortunately, had a migraine. She was going to join us as well since she accompanied me at Anime Boston, but unfortunately, the migraine kind of has her heading to bed, so she will join us this Sunday when we welcome Godswill to the show, and it's going to be a lot of fun catching up with him. It's been a bit since we've talked with Godswill as well. I'm your host, Doug Engler. Of course, we also want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Home Circle Media and Casey Fox. But tonight we've got a couple of different agendas to talk about. Of course, Anime Boston, so much fun, always busy. Picked up a couple of mystery bags that I'm going to open live on the air tonight as well. And, no convention is complete without buying a couple of trinkets.
Pretty much. Because why would you even go if you don't want to come home with at least a little something?
So, first off, I want to show off one of the things that we got. And my birthday was last week, and my wife was so wonderful. I wasn't able to go to the con on Thursday or Friday due to the fact of no babysitter for my daughter until Saturday. So she was able to sneak away from her table while vending and pick me up a birthday gift without me even knowing. And I want to show... Oh, yeah. I want to show that off.
Nazana.
One of those noodle toppers. It was the only one they had left, she said. Good quality. This thing has quite a bit of weight to it, so...
I have to say, excellent choice.
But you know how much we love Call of the Night. So we got one Nazana figure. And of course, when I went around, I found this Nazana figure. I mean...
Well, she's up for anything until we start getting romantic. Then she's like, yeah. Who are you?
And she also kind of has that Uzaki fang.
Yes. Well, she's a vampire. She's a vampire. What do you expect? I expect her to have fangs.
But this one was actually really good quality as well. This was, I'm guessing it was one of the prize figures. It was like $35.
Yeah. So probably one of the ones you'd find in the crane games in Japan.
Oh, yeah. And good evening, Mario and Ross. Thank you for the late birthday wishes, Ross. It's much appreciated. Anime Boston, it was absolutely crazy. Trying to figure everything out leading up to it. I'm not going to lie. It was probably one of the most stressful Anime Bostons leading up to it that I've had. Just because of figuring out babysitter, where to stay, travel arrangements, hotel arrangements, everything like that. It was definitely a whirlwind leading up to it. Then when the time came to take off to head out to Boston, Thursday was drive to Boston, drop my wife and her table helper off at the hotel. I then headed to a friend's house in Rhode Island where I spent Thursday and Friday night. And then Saturday was drop my daughter off at my sister's house for the Saturday and Sunday. Then head to Anime Boston. Got there probably about... Let me look at my schedule here because that's how I figured everything out. I got there probably about 11:30-ish. So... I missed the press interview with Shio Yoshijima, who was a manga artist, Japanese manga artist, who was a guest for Anime Boston. But Angela did get to go to that one and took some notes. So Sunday, I'm sure she'll be able to share those with us. I got into registration, got through all of that, the wonders of being press, and... I know last year I showed off the badge. This year I have to show it off again because of... It's just really kind of cool I don't view myself as anything special, but to be able to get press for Anime Boston 2 years in a row is something I'm proud of. It's going to show that all the hard work that we've been putting into this is paying off. And one of these years, we'll get Darren up here to get his press badge, too.
It's coming.
Once I got through registration, got the press swag that they handed out. Anime Boston also had programs this year, so got a nice little program. And had to laugh because the theme for Anime Boston was idols. There wasn't a ton of idol stuff going on outside. I know there was an idol showcase. The music bands or the music acts that they had in, I think, were rappers, which I don't consider idols.
I wouldn't.
And but Anime Boston in and of itself is always fun, and we'll get into the idol stuff more later. Once I was able to get situated, it was time to rush off to our first press conference, and of all the press conferences I was able to get video or audio of will be edited and put up on our YouTube channel probably within the coming weeks. We have quite a bit of stuff to go through and edit. In 2 days, I had 6 press conferences, which was quite a bit. I think I did that in 3 days last year. So they switched things up a little bit this year. So it was a lot of fun to do that. Our first press conference was with Erica Harlacher. And anybody who knows Genshin Impact knows Erica's character, Venti. And Darren, I'm sure you've seen Venti cosplayers, the ones with like the green hat and stuff.
I'm sure I have.
See if I can find
you should be able to find one and screen share if you didn't take any photos of any.
I did not take any photos of any, but here is the screen share to show you.
Yes, I've seen that one.
So Erica is Venti's voice actor. She's also done quite a bit of other voiceover work. The crazy thing I was the only media outlet for her press conference. Meaning
what?
I basically had a 25 minute private interview with Erica Harlacher. Which was amazing. Very talented. Scrolling through some of her roles now, and I know there's quite a few in here that you would know.
Oh, really?
Of course, ANN is taking a little bit of time to load up, but probably because I have like 5 windows open.
Huh.
But she was in 7 Deadly Sins as Elizabeth.
Really? I was about to say which version, because remember there were 2 dubs for it.
According to ANN, every 7 Deadly Sins, she's Elizabeth.
Huh. I was just curious because 7 Deadly Sins was one of those Netflix titles, so it got a Netflix dub and then was required by one of the main companies and then redubbed.
She also voiced Violet Evergarden in Violet Evergarden.
Amazing show.
Tony Kawa as Aya, A-Y-A.
Let's see, was that her sister or was that one of the other girls?
Arisugawa.
Oh yeah, that's her sister.
So she was the sister in that. Science Fell in Love, so I tried to prove it. You've seen that one. I remember you talking about that. She was Ina in that show.
Yep.
Crushed Karsten in ReZero.
Okay.
Arena Toto in Love Live School Idol Project for fans out there. In Konosuba, she was Luna.
Luna.
Guild.
Ah, I was about to say it's got to be a notable character, but of course the people that work the guild we normally know as the receptionists. But they rarely ever called by their names.
So getting a chance to sit down and have a fun little press conference with her was, amazing. And they had things. They did 2 press conferences that were like back to back, and the press liaisons. Hats off to them. They did an amazing job, especially with the communication. Because right after we got done with her press conference, Christine Cabanos had her press conference. So I was able to go right from one to the next one. And pulling up her work now. So give me just a moment. Sword Art Online, the movie, Silica.
Okay, I think I watched that one.
ReZero.
I did.
And ReZero, she was Felt.
Hmm.
Erica Brown and Violet Evergarden. Kiria in Demon Slayer. She was Mako in Kill la Kill. So like the main crazy chick in Kill la Kill.
Not to say she wasn't the crazy one. Wait,
Mako. She was the one in the blue and white top that was friends.
Yes. Not Ryuko.
Yeah, not Ryuko. She was the other one.
Yeah, she really was crazy.
She was also Angel in Konosuba. So she's has quite a few roles as well. So we were able to get a fun little press conference with her. After that, it broke for lunchtime. So I met up with Angela. We went and had lunch because I hadn't eaten anything yet at that point. And after that, did a little walking around. Amazing cosplays. Didn't get a ton of photos. Didn't get any cosplayer interviews just because of the exhaustion of running through everything. And then we had a 4:30 press conference with Dante Bosco from the Avatar: The Last Airbender series. 5:00, we got to finally meet Emmy Lowe in person. Went to her press conference as well. And then, of course, after Emmy's press conference was done, we went off to get dinner. And then head over to the press conference that I had to message Darren.
I was about to say that one was quite late.
Yeah, that started at 7:30.
Oh wow!
And that was Sarah Natacheni, who a lot of you know as the voice of Ash Ketchum.
Yep, from season 8 going forward.
She said the last 17 years.
Yep. Because Veronica Taylor did the first 8 years, I think, 7 or 8 years.
And Sarah did have a special request. There was to be no questions about Veronica to be asked around the press conference, which all of the outlets that were in there, I think there were like 3 or 4 media outlets that were in there. Everybody was very respectful. Any of the special requests the guests had, we made sure to abide by, and because obviously we respect the work that they do, and we also want to go back to provide more coverage next year and don't want to piss anybody off. And then we rounded out the press conferences on Sunday morning. At 10:30, we had a interview with Brandon McInnes. So finally got a chance to interview Brandon. I've been wanting to interview him for a while. Usually see him at cons, and it's just the autograph signings that I see him and talk with him. So having a chance to interview him, and he only went full-time voice actor about a year and a half ago, and so his career really blew up in the last year and a half. So it was great to actually have a chance to sit down and talk with him.
Nice.
Like I said, all of those were at least recorded for audio. I think Brandon was the only one that was not video. So everything will be edited as when we have the time to get through everything and get that up on our YouTube channel. Hopefully by the end of April. I know I have another con coming up that I'm preparing for at the end of the month. Where if you're interested in coming out and meeting me, I'll be at the Vermont Sci-Fi and Fantasy Expo, April 29th and 30th. So come on out, say hi. Would love to see everybody. Now, going back to the purchases that we made on Sunday, because Saturday was walk around, a lot of press conferences, get some photos. Ran into a couple of people I knew, but a lot of our friends didn't make it. Unfortunately, things happened that they weren't able to make Anime Boston this year, partially because PAX East was 2 weeks before. Some of it was because of work. Some of it was medical reasons. But one of the purchases that I did make, met an artist going around Artist Alley called Saoshin. And this is their card. Hopefully people can read it. I'll zoom in or...
Super blurry, unfortunately.
Yeah. So it's TSAOSHIN. You can find them on all sorts of social media. They have Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Discord, Twitch. Their art was absolutely beautiful and really cute. Like, they had a fuzzy, adorable looking Minecraft creeper. It's like, how do you make a creeper look that friggin' cute? So I had to purchase something from them. So I had to go after an Anya piece.
Of course.
Multiple reasons. A, this is probably one of the cutest art styles for Anya doesn't look like a carbon copy of the show, which is one thing that I appreciate. And one thing we've talked about on the show in the past, Darren, was how a lot of artists seem to have very similar art styles. And this artist, as you can tell, their stuff looks really, really cutesy. I'm hoping that we can reach out to them and have them as a guest on the show in the future. Fingers crossed, because I would love to bring them on and talk with them about their artwork and everything. Also, while at Anime Boston, of course, they had the Con Row or Community Row, and a lot of the conventions were there. We got to talk with AAC. Our friends at Anime had a table set up. Our friends at Pakuretsu Con, they have a date and they are returning after a few years away. So excited that Baku is coming back. This con is near and dear to my heart. It's where I met my wife. And so excited to be able to get back, hopefully, to Bakuretsu Con. Obviously, it's after we move to Pennsylvania, but excited about getting back up to Baku. Anime-Zing was also wonderful to talk to. They had a card here for Anime USA. Was another convention that was on site, so you feel free to look up Anime USA information at animeusa.org. I know it seems like I'm discombobulated a little bit because I've got stuff everywhere here.
Welcome to my world.
Another convention that was on hand that we stopped off and talked to was Otakuthon. That they've been going on, I think he said, for like 20 plus years up in Montreal. And the cool thing was they gave us one of their old programs. This one's from 2018. And I got jealous when I saw uh, who they had for guests. I'm trying to find it here real quick. You and Darren, you've heard me talk about one of the Japanese groups that does openings for Dragon Maid, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Fauna. They
Yes.
had Fauna as a guest,
Oh wow.
and then May Dreamin was another guest that they had.
Hmm.
Talking with them, they're multilingual, and they try to bring in a lot of Japanese guests more so than American guests. So,
Hey, props to them for that.
oh yeah, oh I found a whole bunch of more things that I had picked up from. I'm not going to show that on air, but that's something I'll probably send to you, Darren. This was another Anime USA tag that we got, showing off the guests that they have. Emmy Lowe, Molly Searcy, Aaron Campbell, and Sarah Hodge Weatherby. That'll be going on in September. I thought I had grabbed an Anime card, but I can't find it because I wanted to show off the cuteness that was their banner.
I have to say, can you pull it up? Can you pull up the picture you sent me and then just screen share it? Do you feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, I have to scroll back through and see if I can find. Oh, you know what? I didn't send it to you directly. I sent it to the group
The
chat.
group? Huh. Well, regardless, if you pull it up on the screen and you click on it, it should bring it up enough to where it should black out everything else.
Yep. So let's open that in a different window. And this was by far, like, this was perfect for me and Darren. And good evening, John. Yes, Angela is suffering from a migraine tonight, so unfortunately she's not able to join us. As it would have been great to get her opinion of Anime Boston as well, since she was there with me. She was actually there Friday when I wasn't able to be there. But this was the banner for Anime. And as you can see, it says, I died and was reincarnated as the Anime mascot. Thank you, Anime, for the brilliant, the artist that you had do that, just the idea. With us being isekai trash as Darren and I are.
And also, the number of animes about slimes, the slime was a nice touch.
Actually, I think that's a brain.
That looks like a slime to me, but then again, I didn't see the full thing up front, full thing in person, so.
Yeah, I don't know if I can enlarge that or not.
Are you on a laptop?
No, I'm on
Okay.
I'm on the desktop.
Okay, hit control and scroll your mouse. Okay, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It'll do everything else. All right, now hit control 0.
Control 0.
Okay, now you're back to regular 100% view.
But it was just so cleverly done. Like I said, I had to give a shout out to Anime for that.
Well deserved.
So it was a lot of fun. We did stop by the High Dive booth, talk to them a little bit. They had collectible coins. When they asked if I was a subscriber, I pulled out my phone and it was already logged in. So they gave me 2 coins. Last year, I'd shown off a Hestia coin. This year they gave me that and the Nana coin. I gave the Nana coin to my wife because she really wanted that. They also had a couple of posters there, which I already showed Darren that he is going to be getting one of these. I grabbed 2, one for him, one for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a double-sided poster, which I had to go. They were like, here, take 2, just because you'll want to be able to hang one of each side. Which is their new show. That's side A and side B.
Yep. And I told you the synopsis for that show, right?
Yeah, and I've already gotten messages from our friend Rob, who is the idol master that I know, and he said that he highly suggests I check it out because he watched the first episode and damn, it was good. So, so
Well,
another
I
one
have to
for me to
say,
check out on High Dive.
for what the description was, I'm hoping so.
But now is the moment I think a lot of our viewers have been waiting for. I grabbed mystery bags, and anybody who saw me promote the show talked about I could end up getting emotional damage from one of these bags. And there's reasons behind that, which I'll talk about later once we get to said bag. Now, I'll be 100% honest. I don't know what's in these. I bought them blindly when I purchased them from the dealers in the dealers hall. I told them who I was, and I was purchasing them to open on air. So I asked them to include their business card so I can give credit to where credit is due. One of them jokingly said, "Is it too late to put a $400 figure in?" Which I said, "I'll look away. You do what you want." But I'm purchasing these honestly just for show content and to promote some of the vendors from Anime Boston, which both of them were very, very appreciative of. And without further ado, I will close my eyes because I have two bags beside me. And let's see. We'll grab this one here, which says grab bag, $35. It says two figures. It's got some weight to it.
Good.
Like I said, I have no idea what's in these. I've never looked in. I was very good. Came home from Boston, didn't look at them. And right on top, it feels like a figure box, which we have a band Presto. I have no idea who this is.
Let me see. I think it looks
Is it
like someone from the Idolmaster series, maybe. I don't know.
possibly Kyunties? Kyunties. So I
Never
don't know
heard.
if that's her name.
Is there is there anything on the bottom of the box where the
That's like
Japanese
the
is?
logo. I'm guessing that might be from the show. Um,
Yeah, never heard of that one. Ross, Mario, any ideas here?
she does look pretty, and I should have brought a knife out to open this with. Just because they do such a wonderful job at taping these up to protect them from getting damaged. You know what? Let's see, will this work? Yep. Plastic also works wonders when you don't have a sharp edge. And Mario says, no idea. Ross says, what was the name? I don't know if her name is Kyunties, Kyunties. I don't think that's a show that she's from. And this is a kit you need to put together, it looks like. Can you grab me a knife too, so on the next figure I can? So it comes as a kit, as some of these do.
Hold on a second. I found the figure. I'm just trying to figure out what show it's from. Oh my goodness.
What?
I know that show. It's Origaru.
It's Origaru?
Yes, my teen romantic comedy season 2. Oh, I know
Okay.
who this is.
Oh, you know who the? Okay, Darren knows who this is. It says
Yeah.
my teen romantic comedy Snafu 2.
Yes. I think
I
I
know it's a
think this
popular
is
show.
this is one of the girls from Oregaru. I don't I can't tell if it's one of it's because it's definitely not the main heroines. Of course, this is totally wrong here. The product description says it's from the quintessential quintuplets, but the product features says it's from Oregaru.
So this is what the figure actually
Wait,
looks like.
wait a sec. That's Yuki. That is not Yukino. Okay, so I take that back. That is the main character. Look,
So
look up Yukino Yukinoshita and tell me if that looks like her or not.
why you Yukino
Yukino
Yukinoshita? As soon as I type,
Yukinoshita.
um, it could be.
I mean, that's a weird figure for her, but I mean, that's a weird outfit for her. But now I do
Yep,
kind of see it.
that is her. I just looked it up for a figure, and that is her.
Wow.
And this figure here, Band Presto, Cunties, which is the run of the figures, goes for like $25. So a $35 bag, and the first figure I pulled out is a $25 figure, which
This
is
figure
actually
is
a
pretty good.
decent quality figure. I mean, you can even tell the details, like in the face, actually don't look bad. And Mario says, "I feel dumb. Oh my God, snafu."
Well, to be fair, so do I. But it's just the dress she was in is what threw me off because that's not like her to dress like that.
So that was the first thing I pulled out of this um, bag. So here, let's reach in and grab the next box. This box, it looks like it got a little bit damaged in transport. It's a Sega. I'm not sure the name of this character, but I have seen him before.
That's one of the demons in Demon Slayer, I think.
So one of the demons in Demon Slayer.
I believe
Yeah,
so.
that's
Yeah.
definitely Demon Slayer. I can tell by the. So it was only these two, and this is from Toy Mandala, based out of Sherman's Oaks, California. So they traveled quite a way. So if you're interested in checking them out, you can search for Toy Mandala. That's ToyMandala. So we got a Demon Slayer figure, and all I get on message from the wife is mine. Well, yeah, it's definitely not something I would want because I don't care for Demon Slayer.
Same here. You know,
And
I think
Angela will be jealous because she's not here to give me crap for talking crap about Demon Slayer.
I know, right?
But let's open this up and see how quality this is. I mean, it's a Sega figure. Unfortunately, like I said, the box got a little messed up in transit because being in the bag and everything. But this is when you're getting ready to move. Let's go and buy mystery boxes that have figures in them, and
because why not?
Because you don't have enough stuff to move already. And this is I think this is where all the weight came from on that bag, because this thing's heavy. I would definitely say that this mystery bag was worth it. Without looking up, the first figure was $25. I'm guessing this is at least that. If you know the name of this character from Demon Slayer, let me know. I can look it up to find out what the price was. I haven't watched the series outside of like 6 episodes, so I don't know who this is.
Definitely a season 2 character, if I recall correctly.
So thank you to Toy Mandala for the awesome figures. I mean, much like the last time I went after a mystery grab bag, and granted, it was a Date Alive one, and I'm not a Kurumi fan, but the figure was absolutely gorgeous. So sorry, Darren, I'm keeping it. I'm sure you can appreciate me keeping the figure. That was absolutely gorgeous.
Yep. If you don't patronize me for almost going after the another figure of Kurumi that would have made my wallet cry.
This figure is actually really tall. Holy
What is it, like 12 inches?
To give everybody an idea, I have a Samsung Galaxy S9, both on the base, and this figure stands taller than my phone. So it's actually pretty good, and I've just got a message saying it's about a $20 figure. Azaka. So, okay, I came away from Anime Boston with at least 4 figures. That's all that was in that box, or in that bag from Toy Mandala. I said, $35 mystery box or mystery bag from them. Definitely got your money's worth. The Snafu figure, absolutely adorable. I know you've been on my case about watching it. That leaves our other mystery bag. And this is the one that I made the joke out about emotional damage. Reason being, now when I went by this vendor, they had probably 50 plus bags to choose from. All of them had a sign on them with different sayings. Some were themed for certain animes, stuff like that. My boss at my daytime job about a month ago was walking around the shop just going, emotional damage, making fun of that meme from YouTube. Well, this had a sign on it that said emotional damage, which made me think of my boss, so I had to get it. I have no idea what's in it. I don't know what kind of emotional damage this is going to cause. So we're all going to...
If it's a Boku no Pico figure, then that's definitely going to cause emotional damage.
If there's a conception figure, it's going to cause emotional damage. So I'm not looking. I'm just reaching in. We're going to go after some small stuff. There's something bigger in there, but small little like charm. I have no idea who this is or what it's from.
I'd say, can you show it a little closer?
Let me see if I can get it out of the packaging so that the glare from the packaging isn't showing up so much. Like it had on the hat, it looks like SAX or something.
Unfortunately, I don't know.
So if anybody in the chat has any ideas, or down in the comments below, let me know who this character is. I have no idea. This is the sign that was on there. Mystery bags give me emotional damage, $35 plus tax.
Of course.
This was the emotional damage bag, which I'm going to have to bring that into work to show my boss tomorrow. I told him about it, but I also told him I wasn't going to look into it until today. So before I look at anything else, I found the business card from Toys Logic. So toyslogic.com is the provider of this lucky bag or mystery bag. And they are out of Concord, California. So a couple of California vendors. And I'm looking in. There's nothing else in here but the figure I have. I'm guessing, and it feels like a figure box. And this is Naruto.
Is that Sasuke?
Shinobi Relations from. I'm not sure. It says it's a Naruto figure.
That looks like Sasuke.
I've never seen Naruto, so I'm not sure who this is. Sadly, I don't know if this bag was actually worth the 35. Maybe that's where the emotional damage was, because you didn't really get $35 worth of stuff. The other one, definitely.
Uh-huh.
And I get the message from the wife from the other room that says emotional damage from being anime trash.
There you go.
Ross says ghost stories on this character.
Ghost stories. Huh.
So on this one here it says ghost stories. Was he the? I'm trying to think. Was he the one that kept harassing the main girl there about like underwear early on and ended up walking around? Because that wasn't Greg Ayers' character, the Jewish boy.
Don't know. Never watched it. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if that was directed at the chat, then by all means chime in.
Yeah, that was directed at the chat.
Oh, Ross.
Okay, so that was the main male character that would pick on the main girl and her, as they call him in the show, retarded brother. Don't get mad at me on that one. That's what they say in the show. The show is definitely not PC.
Nope. I wonder, have you ever considered watching the show in the Japanese version with the English subtitles to see if they actually tried to translate the Japanese?
I've thought about it, but at the same point in time, having gone to a couple of different panels and hearing the voice actors talk about it that were a part of the English dub, apparently it was so bad in Japanese that even the Japanese company was like, do with it what you want. We don't care. We just want to try to make money back. Does this actually go in here? No, it doesn't fit there. But this does go. All right, that's kind of a neat looking figure. I won't lie.
I wonder if the emotional damage part, not only the little keychain, but I wonder if that was also because Naruto gets so much hate for being overrated, over this, over that, whatever.
Anything's possible. Now I wish they had put a second figure in there. I wish I'd been like, here's the bag, do with it what you wish. And it is Sasuke. And it is a Crane King figure. So Band Presto Crane King. So it's another one of those prize figures. So I'm guessing $25 figure. And they're probably selling the charms for $10, maybe. I'll be honest, I was expecting maybe one figure and a bunch of little trinkets like this, or little buttons or something. Not one little trinket and one figure. So personally, I'm a little disappointed in that bag, but I think the other bag made up for it with two really good quality figures. Granted, I don't know this anime, or like I don't know this character, but the reason I know who this character is, our friend Momochi cosplays this character. I've seen her photos. It just dawned on me that that's where I know this based off of the scheme of the stripes and stuff, and this character is absolutely adorable. So, you know, thank you to both of those vendors for both those dealers for allowing us to purchase the bags. I can't, I can be disappointed, but you also know going into buying these mystery bags, it could be great or it could be crap. You just never know.
Mm-hmm. Whoops, did not want to do that. Let's do that.
And while in the other room, she's looking up the prices on what this figure would be. So I'm sending a couple of photos to show off the figure and what the box looks like. So we'll find out about a price on that in a little bit. But all in all, Anime Boston was a lot of fun. And I had talked with Angela about doing a little segment called Good, Bad, and Ugly from Anime Boston. And we had talked a bit about, what we wanted to put where. And unfortunately, like I said, she ended up getting a really bad migraine and was unable to join us. So I'm still going to do that little segment of the good, the bad, the ugly from Anime Boston by myself.
Yep, because unfortunately I can't chime in on it because I won't dare.
So the good for Anime Boston this year, I don't know what the final attendance numbers were, but going into Sunday morning before the doors opened up, I was talking with one of the volunteers from Anime Boston, and they had a head count of over 23,000 people. And that was just, part of the day Thursday, all day Friday and Saturday. Also in the good side, personally, I think it was awesome how the press liaisons and press relations staff worked with us as media and allowed me to be able to do back-to-back press conferences when one of the rules was you had to get there early. Once the press conference started, you weren't going to be allowed in. But being able to talk with them at the start saying, hey, I would like to be a part of the next one. Also, due to scheduling changes and stuff, they changed how the press conferences went for the press and media this year. Before you had to sign up for specific people. This time they just gave a list of who was having their press conference when, and you could just go to whoever's you wanted. So I went to as many as I could. And it was, really, really. And I, spoke with a couple of different people from the press staff of Anime Boston and told them and thanked them for the change because I thought that it made it a lot easier and a lot better that we could just come and go as we pleased, make who we wanted to make, and not have to worry about restrictions or you can only see 2 people a day or something like that. Which not that Anime Boston has done that in the past, but other cons have limited it to how many people that you could sign up to get a chance to be a part of a press interview with. So the bad, I would have to say, the Saturday, the registration. The registration line was ridiculously long. And it was, oh, okay. That figure is on Amazon for $45. So that figure is actually more expensive than I thought. So you know what? I guess that bag was worth it. So thank you to my wife for doing the behind the scenes work to get me the prices on that. Oh, that's cool, Ross. Ross said that his mom and dad got him a gift when they went away on their anniversary trip. Then he wasn't expecting it. It was a Power Rangers Lost Chronicles comic book novel.
Nice.
But the line for registration Saturday was so long that it took up the normal registration room, the area in the the second floor of the Sheraton, which is normally has the roped off area for registration, and then it included going down into the main lobby of the Sheraton, which was on the first floor. So it was just, thankfully for being press, I didn't have to wait in the line. And I told one of the staffers, I'm press, and they're like, okay, just go in through this entrance here, go up to customer service, tell them you're press, and we'll get you taken care of, which they did. That side was amazing. But if you were part of the people who were stuck in that long ass line, I'm so sorry. That definitely was the bad. And if you're wondering what was worse than that, what could possibly have been considered ugly, I'm going to go two things on this one. One of them is not any fault of Anime Boston. The other one I saw and heard so many complaints about, I had to put it on the ugly list, which was something that Anime Boston could have done something about. The one that Anime Boston really had nothing to do with. It was just a victim of circumstance per se. Friday afternoon, one of the water lines in the Sheraton broke above the registration room, which flooded the registration room to the point that they no longer could accept people coming in. I didn't see it personally. I know Angela said that she was there when it happened, and I talked to a few other people who were talking about it. I guess there was a decent amount of standing water in the room, and the water started leaking out to the hallway, which led to people having to be detoured outside and around the building to access the Sheraton from the Heinz Convention Center, which, like I said, that is no fault. Really, that's just a victim of circumstance. No fault of Anime Boston, the staff. I don't think it's any fault of the Sheraton or their staff. It's just a freak thing that happened to happen while Anime Boston was going on. Yeah, if you were one of the attendees affected by that, I feel bad. Like I said, I wasn't there to see just how bad it was. By Saturday, when I got there, registration, they were entering through a different door than normal, so I'm guessing that had something to do with it. And by Saturday night, I think they were letting everybody in through the normal door. That also could have been what aided in the astronomically long line. The other thing that I put in the ugly that Anime Boston could have done something about, their theme, as I mentioned earlier, was idols. They really didn't have a whole lot when it came to idols. I know a lot of people online and some of the social media groups and stuff, when they saw idols and then Anime Boston started announcing their musical guests, people were upset. They were expecting maybe to get some sort of idol music group in, or voice actors who were part of idol animes, things of that nature, and they really didn't.
That is kind of, a little surprising, I guess, because I would think you'd want to bring in guests that fit your theme.
The musicians that they brought in were Farnham and Aztec, a hip hop group. They have it says here that they have handled hip hop on tracks for several anime such as Jujutsu Kaisen, Doctor Stone, Beastars, Sakugan, Blood Blockade, Battlefront, and more. So it's cool that they had them in there because of that they've been a part of the anime music scene. But if your theme is idols, why are you bringing in a hip hop R&B musicians? I think they could have done a little bit better. like I said, I know that they did have um, a few. Like they had the Idol Showcase, which went on, I believe, on Sunday. I'm trying to look through the program here to see um, what else they might have had. I know Kiramiku Melody, who we had on the show in the past, had a panel or a performance that they did. Um, Masquerade, I want to throw a special shout out to our friends Hatake and Sahara, who finished second in the Masters skills competition of the Masquerade for Anime Boston again this year. I did run into them briefly on Sunday morning and talk with them for a couple of minutes and congratulate them on finishing second place. They were unable to join us tonight. I did reach out, but hopefully, probably in May, we'll see about getting them on the show where they can talk more in depth of what the Masquerade was like and their experience of everything going on. Yeah, they had the cosplay singer was a panel they had. They had the Idol Showcase, and that was about it, I think. Unlike years past, I did go to the charity auction for one thing that was auctioned off, but couldn't stay because of press panels. The only thing I saw auctioned off at the charity auction for Anime Boston was for a guaranteed spot in next year's Pro Row in Artist Alley. To give you an idea, Pro Row is reserved for typically like the best of the best. They are very picky about who gets in to Pro Row, and tables for that usually start around $600 to $700. The bidding started at $500, and Darren, do you want to take a guess at what the winning bid was?
I have no idea.
Now, the charity of choice was MS. So all the money raised was going to multiple sclerosis. A very good charity and everything. I didn't see all of what was up there because I knew I wasn't really going to be in there very long. But the winning bid, and there were only 3 artists fighting for this exclusive table and the rights to be at Anime Boston 2024 without having to worry about table or anything like that. The final bid, the winning bid, was $5,500.
Good God.
I don't know if any artist made that much money this year at Anime Boston. But, oh my God. $5,500, obviously to a great charity. And hats off to everybody who was bidding on that. I left before they got to the second thing, which I believe the next item up was going to be a lifetime membership to Anime Boston. I can only imagine what that might have gone for because there was at least 15 people who raised their hands for that one. So, but hats off to them. Again, Anime Boston, all in all, was a lot of fun. I wish I could have gone to the Holo Live meet. I was given a ticket to go to the Holo Live meet on Sunday, but I left about 45 minutes before it was going to start, just because of having to pick up my daughter from the babysitter and then get back to Anime Boston to pick up my wife and table help her and head back home because good God, after all of that, we got home probably 9:30ish. So I definitely wouldn't have done a show Sunday night. But all in all, had a really good time. I want to thank you to Anime Boston and their staffers for putting on the event and trying to keep things as organized as they did. Thank you to the cosplayers who were there, everybody that we talked to. Thank you to the guests who volunteered their time for the press conferences. Thank you to MBTA for having the commuter line running as smoothly as they can. I mean, I really didn't have any issues, and a couple of the MBTA staff were very helpful when I was a little confused by some of the changes. that were going on. So really thank you to everybody who made that weekend a lot of fun. Just a reminder, this Sunday we return to our normally scheduled time, and our guest is someone that Darren knows.
Mm.
Who could that be, Darren? Who did Darren? Who did you line up for a guest for Sunday night?
Oh, sorry, I went blank there for a second. My friend that used to technically be my boss. Um, Back when I did a lot of my Facebook pages, he was on staff at Funimation, moderating us, which was producing the content for various anime pages we ran. So that will be God's will. Uh, and he no longer works for Funimation, but if I'm not mistaken, he currently does work for Viz Media, doing more or less the same job.
So we are excited to have God's Will joining us this Sunday, of course, April 23rd. We don't have a guest lined up. We're probably just going to have an open chat night. The new season is out. We are slowly but surely starting to watch the shows that are coming out now, and we'll probably use that episode to talk more about that. And then we finish out April with the talented Giovanni Cruz will be joining us. Excited to have her back on the show. Big thank you to her for joining us 2 weeks ago for our 9-year anniversary show. So a lot of fun. So until Sunday night when we come back to our regularly scheduled programming, thank you everybody who tuned in. Thank you if you are watching this after the fact. If you're new here, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Where our goal is to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Please help us hit that number. We can't do it without you. If you're enjoying the content that we're providing, let us know in the comments below if you have ideas for guests or future shows. Also comment down below. Let us know what you'd like us to see. So until Sunday night, when hopefully we'll have the whole band back together, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week. Stay safe out there and have a wonderful evening.
Night.